It lives at 50 fathoms, lurking silent and deadly as it waits. The perfect machine. Fearing nothing, feeling nothing. The ultimate survivor in a world so mysterious, so terrifying, that man cannot imagine it. Where unknown danger lurks in every murky shadow, and death is circling closer by the second, until at last you must come face to face with the sudden terror of evil in the deep.
Wow! What hit us?
I am called Nexa.
Right!
You are the ones who harmed my children. You will watch your tongue, mortal!
Yes, you did.
Your children were causing much harm. Our city's water supply...
That means nothing to me. I am Nexa!
What is it you want here?
For thousands of years, since before men existed, I have slumbered in the deep, the currents taking me where they would. Who knows how long I've slept in this filthy, stinking river. But then, men from your city came laying their pipes, draining the waters, disturbing my slumber. I awoke and saw a world far different from the one I remembered. The time has come for a change.
What do you mean, a change?
Nexa, 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 Nexa!
I have never cared for you land-dwelling mortals, and it would give me great pleasure to torment the people of New York for a time, before I sink this city and claim it for my own.
Another interesting symbol in something that we've all seen many times, but probably do not really realize the occult or hidden significance of this symbol. The headdress of the Pope. The papal headdress is called the papal tiara. Now, backing off a little bit, we'll see here is a picture from a magazine called Christ. You need to back it up a little bit. There we go. Christ before Caiaphas. This is a drawing from the Middle Ages of Jesus being the priest of Caiaphas. Caiaphas being the Hebrew high priest. You will see the same headdress on Caiaphas that you see on the Pope. You see the high priest? Now let me show it to you better. Here is the high priest Caiaphas. And he's wearing the same papal headdress as the Pope wears. Okay? Now, you don't need to move it anymore. Now, hold on. Here is Caiaphas, the Hebrew high priest. Here is the Pope. This high priest headdress of Caiaphas, we're talking about the Hebrew religion, and the Pope, is called the papal tiara. The papal tiara, or the Pope's headdress. Now, where does the papal tiara, or the Pope's high priest headdress, come from? Well, let me back it up a little bit. Now, we will see that in the ancient world, and perhaps we could zoom in on the yellow print there, the supreme deity in the ancient world, many of the supreme deities were fish gods. They were, as we're going to see, fish gods. Now, you need to back it off. So this papal headdress, the papal tiara, is connected directly to the old ancient fish gods. Now here we have Anis, the fish man. You'll see that this god is wearing the fish's head. Here we have one on the left of one of the gods wearing a fish costume. Here we have another one of the gods, a fish god. And let's see, here's another one from the old Assyrian, I believe, fish god. Here we have another one, Dagon. Now Dagon, it's interesting, was the old Phoenician Canaanite deity, Dagon, the fish god. And you will see he's wearing a fish's headdress, and you'll see the fish, the body of the fish. Here it is better. Dagon, the fish god. So the ancient priest and the old Phoenician, Canaanite, Babylonian system, coming out of the old ancient Babylonian system, were worshippers of the Phoenician Canaanite god Dagon, D-A-G-O-N, and they wore the fish's symbol on them, symbolizing that they were in subjection to the great Dagon, which is where we get our word even today, dragon or Dagon. Dagon is the fish god, as we said. You will see in this picture, you will see the priest of Dagon. There's a beautiful color picture of this in museums. The priest of Dagon wearing their fish regalia. The priest of Dagon in the old Babylonian, Phoenician, Canaanite system. Okay. Now, again, we go back to the papal headdress being the symbol for Dagon, the fish god. Here we have the papal headdress, and when one puts it, lays it down this way, now you see the fish god. Consequently, the papal headdress is a fish head. Here you will see the priest with his fish head. There it is, the fish's head. So the next time you see the papal headdress, just remember, this is the fish head, Dagon.
Babylonians had a myth that a being emerged from the Euphrates Sea who was part man and part fish, and thus adopted the deity into their culture in their earliest days in history. There have also been discoveries of a fish god in the sculptures found in Nineveh, Assyria.
Enhance and on a mission to see continuums expanding exponentially. Our purpose will reveal itself eventually. Delusions of grandeur, a wasted time. So let these words flow all over you. They are called the chosen of you. Passing the hat. Baby, what you think about that? Ideas can be used to lift us up so high. Let us choose the path you cannot deny. Our actions, our works will help us testify.